I'm Pete White.
I'm Stephen Mowry.
This is John Fitch.
I'm George Griffin.
I'm Michael Davis.
Hey everybody, this is Island Fight CEO Dean.
Hello, world. Happy Monday, everyone. How's everyone doing out there? This is Dave from the Fight Bananas podcast. How's everyone going? All right. It is Monday. It is fight week. Heavyweight, Bellator, Phenom, standout, stud. Steve Mowry's coming on the line. We're excited to have him. He's been on the shows before, and we're pumped. We're big Steve Mowry fans here, so we're excited. Follow him on Instagram, guys. Tall Steve Fights People. A great Instagram page. Just the handle. The handle alone is worth the follow. But, guys, real quick, what a crazy week, and just happened what a crazy week to happen this upcoming week. It's nuts. It's bananas. UFC Boston was awesome. Bare Knuckle FC, the Beast Jim Allers was fantastic like always. It's just crazy. 2 Bellator shows, Bellator 231, 232. Great fights on it across the board. I'm interested to see Jake Hager again fight. He's on the main card. You got Big Country Roy Nelson versus Frank Mir. Hall of Fame legends going down. And then Bellator 232 is stacked. You know, just incredible stuff. So make sure, check out Bellator this weekend, and make sure you check out our guy, Steve Mowry. Real quick, UFC, one big fight this weekend, welterweight showdown. It's just cool. The matchmaking on this is just terrific. Damian Maia versus Ben Askren. And I would love your takes on it. So definitely DM us on Instagram, Fight Bananas Official. Who do you think is going to win, Askren or Maia? We got multiple shows lined up this week, so put your DMs in, put where you're from, and we're going to release it probably around Wednesday or Thursday of this week. We're going to say, hey, Askren has 25 votes. Maia has 4. We'll see. I don't know. My vote, and I don't want my vote to persuade you, but I'm going with Ben Askren. Something about to rebound after that devastating loss to Jorge Masvidal, the knee that people are still talking about to this day, to make the BMF title at UFC 244. So I got Ben Askren coming back on the rebound and just kind of controlling Maia, ground and pound, wrestling, grappling. It's going to be fun. I can't wait. Big fight this weekend. But like I said, guys, Steve Mowry's coming on the line. I don't want to waste your time or mine. Here we go with Steve Mowry. All right, guys, it is Monday. It is fight week with my main man, Steve Mowry, on the Fight Bananas line. How you doing, brother?
Good, brother. How are you?
Doing good, man. We're killing it. Content is king, and we're pushing that out, and we're excited. We're excited for Bellator this weekend. Seems like it kind of comes and goes, and every 2-3 months they put, kind of 2 events together, and boom, that's what this weekend. This is a all-in Bellator weekend. Your event, 231, 232 right behind it. So first of all, how you doing? It's fight week. How you feeling, my man?
I'm good, brother. I mean, I like when they do events like this, man. There's always a weird, sense of occasion when it happens. Like, man, they're really throwing 2 events into one, just making a whole weekend pop off. Yeah,
I like it. It's a statement, right? Especially with the UFC kind of having a oddball on ESPN Plus. Not trying to hate on the card. The card is not stacked. Main event, Askren versus Maia. You guys, even your card alone, Phil Davis is on it. I do want to talk to you about Jake Hager's on it. The main event, 2 legends in the sports on it. Beck Rollins just stacked, and then 232 is stacked as well. So let's start there. Let's work on you. Undefeated versus undefeated. One of the O's has got to go, my man. Have you seen any video on him? I tried to look him up. It's hard. Turkey, Belgium. What's going on with your opponent this Friday night?
Yeah, I wasn't able to find much myself. I don't know much. He's like a boxer type. He trains with Gegard's camp.
Okay.
So Stefan knows him. And Stefan's a good friend of mine, obviously. I know they did a little bit of training together. So, but I mean, Stefan did a really good job of, being professional about the whole thing. Like, didn't tell me much about him, and I'm sure he hasn't told him much about me. But I don't know. I think, the footage of my fights isn't hard to find, so this guy probably knows what to expect, kind of thing. But no, I don't know. I'm excited, man. It's another chance to get out there and showcase my skills. I've been working really hard in the off season.
Right.
Always have a lot of really good strikers in camp. You saw Ong go out there and absolutely demolish Brandon Vera. And if I've been training with that for the last, whatever, God knows how, several months. And then actually, not a lot of people know, after my last fight, I was concussed, so I had to take a little time. But as soon as I got cleared, Jarrell Miller, Big Baby, came down, and he needed my ass to fucking beat around for a little bit. So I did a lot of sparring with Jarrell Miller in preparation, not just for this fight, but I did a lot of sparring with Jarrell Miller.
Nice.
So I feel really prepared. There's not a whole lot on the feet or on the ground that I don't feel confident to deal with.
Wow. Okay. I do want to talk about that. If you take a picture of you or you walk out to the octagon, right, and you're like, okay, wow, Steve's going to throw hands. You have a great build to you, and you can throw hands. But I looked up, you're like a submission king. You're like the heavyweight submission king. Would you rather, or are you, and I'm one of those people, I just want a win is a win is a win. Would you rather have a knockout or a TKO, a Mazadov knee, or hey, you do want to kind of say, I am the submission, I am the greatest heavyweight submission expert of all time? Does that, matter to you? Or, like I said, Friday night, you just want your hand raised at the end and just walk off to the next one?
No, my hand raise is always the goal. And that, to digress off that, I think I have a really well-rounded skill set. You don't see people like me, especially heavyweights, you don't see people like me who I really feel like are equipped to take on challenges everywhere. It's just that, the last few people I fought, last couple people I fought, both cases it was get the takedown, get the submission, get the win, But before that, I was 2-2, you know what I mean? I was 2-2.
Right.
Two KOs and 2 submissions. One knocked one guy out cold, made one guy quit on the stool. So, no, I don't know. I worked really, really hard on my striking, and people don't see that a lot. And like I said, if, come Friday, hopefully you'll get to see a little bit more of it, I think. But I think that, before too long, I'm going to be in a situation where striking is going to be the puzzle solver kind of thing. So so far, you know what I mean? I really feel like I do have a pretty developed ground game and a pretty developed wrestling skill set, and that's just kind of what's got the job done so far. But I think, before too long, maybe this Friday, you're gonna see my striking, go out and twist somebody's nose off their face,
Absolutely. Well, at Fight Finesse, we'll be super excited to see that for you. Big fans, with you since kind of day 3. Around day 3, we've been with you. We support you. We got your back. We're so excited, my man. Friday night on Paramount. I would love, to get your, 2 cents on 2-3 things on the rest of the card. For one, to start in the main event, 2 legends, Frank Mir, Big Country Nelson. Are you a fan of one or the other, or do you care, or would you love to fight one of these men next? What's that on Big Country and Frank Mir?
I'm focused on GoCon-Starcom right now.
Okay.
I'm not looking ahead, but that said, that we're all in the same promotion. It's, there aren't a lot of heavyweights floating around, so you never know what'll happen. But that said, no, I think I really always liked Frank Mir. Whenever I first got into the sport, Frank Mir was one of my first favorites. One of the first guys I really, no matter who fighting, I was kind of rooting for him. So that's nothing against Roy Nelson, really. I think Roy Nelson's obviously very, very, very tough, durable, skilled guy. And I mean, around the same time that I was getting into the sport following Frank Mir was around the same time that Roy Nelson touched everybody's chin with that beautiful overhand he has. So, no, I don't know. I mean, that's a hard pick to make.
It really is. It's a great fight.
It is a good fight. And Roy Nelson, they both. I mean, I don't really specifically know how their last several fights. I know Frank Mir lost to Emelianenko, and I know that Krokop lost to Krokop rather beat Roy Nelson.
Right.
That's a hard fight to pick, but no, you hit the nail on the head there, man. There's a lot of really good, interesting, fun fights to say too. Shameless plug for the homies. Jason Jackson, my teammate.
Yes, he's on it.
Oh, he's gonna do some work on I'm really excited to see him fight Ed Ruth. Ed Ruth is, a very skilled fighter. Really good amateur wrestler. I've known about Ed Ruth since he was just wrestling. But I think Jason Jackson is going to go out there and say, man, Robin Van Roosmalen making his Bellator debut. That's really exciting. Robin's a consummate champion. He's been working his ass off. I'm really excited to see him make the transition to the Bellator cage.
Yeah, it is, like I said, it's a stacked card. It's a stacked weekend for you guys there at Bellator. All right, guys, so we were talking to Steve Mowry, and he's so excited this Friday night in the Bellator cage, trying to continue the undefeated record. Stack card. Another heavyweight I would love your take if you have any on him is Jake Hager. I don't know if you like professional wrestling or not. Was in WWE. Now he's with AEW, which is on TNT. He's making big waves. But what do you think about his fighting, skills? He's undefeated as well. Hasn't had any, major competition. What's your 2 cents on Jake Hager?
Well, good collegiate wrestlers are an absolute babe to the rest of the sport in that they come in, and even if they're not very skilled at anything else other than wrestling, they still cause a huge problem for dudes. I fought my hardest amateur fight was against a guy named J.D. Ramsey. J.D. Ramsey was a Division II All-American. And, I thought I did everything I could to prepare for that high-level wrestling, and he still threw my ass around until I found a submission. So, no, Jake Hager's been making it work for him. I'm glad that he's, found success in professional wrestling, and, he's still really green to the sport of MMA, but, he isn't doing bad, and, he's still putting his stuff together, but, good for him. I'm glad to see him doing well in the sport. So, if our paths cross, I think it'd be a little bit different, but as of right now, wishing all the best to him, and good luck to him Friday night.
Right, and I've always loved that, fighters to me, right? If I was in Steve Mowry's shoes, I want Jake to win. Jake has got a great name, great recognition, good following, all that stuff. You want him to win, right? Because, hey, 7-0, 8-0. Like you said, you guys, the cross has to path. There's not a ton of heavyweights in Bellator. You've told me, off air, you want to fight more. You're itching. You would love maybe 1 or 2 more fights per year more that you're doing now. It would be great to, notch that one on your belt. There's not a lot of people underneath that heavyweight championship scene. Ryan Darth Bader's right there, and 2020 could be a championship fight for you. So last thing on other fighters in heavyweight, Ryan Bader won the tournament, the Grand Prix. What's your take on Ryan Darth Bader?
I'm really, as for Ryan Bader, man, he's doing great things in his career right now, really putting it all together. I think Ryan Bader deserves a big pat on the back in the sense that he turned around and he really made a big thing happen here. That said, who's he fighting next? I feel like they just announced something for him. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, I don't know. I haven't heard anything yet, to be honest. I know he wants to fight DC. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't even know why people say shit like that anymore. But
right.
No, that said, no. Man, Ryan Bader's been doing great, and obviously the Czech Congo fight was a little bit lackluster. But hey, no, good on him. I can't believe he knocked out Fedor like the way he did.
I know, incredible.
I can believe he knocked out Fedor, but just not the way he did it.
Incredible. And now Fedor's fighting Rampage at the end of the year, which is just gigantic for Bellator. So big ups to Scott Coker and them. A couple last things, man. I know that everyone's got to follow you on Instagram. Great page, great following. And you got to tell me about that National Coffee Day picture. I loved it. It was you in a championship belt, completely naked. So definitely tell everyone what your handle on Instagram, how people can reach out to you, follow you, and tell me what happened on that picture.
So on Instagram, you can find me at Tall Steve Fights People. The National Coffee Day picture, not to ruin the magic of the photo, but I was wearing I just kind of fucked it all up in my junk.
Oh man, okay, all right.
But no. I've been because my roommate was terrified to touch it after that. He was like, I'm not touching that thing, touch your balls. And I was like, no, you're right there. I was wearing underwear, you dork. But, he's now he's I'm out here trying to become an American sex icon, and I figured that was the best way to do it.
Makes sense. That does. Wow, sex icon Stephen Mowry, Instagram legend. Continued success, my man. Last question for you. Fight prediction this Friday night, Bellator 231. What's going down?
Steve Mowry with his hand raised. That's all I'll say.
There you go. There you go. You heard it there first. Steven, thank you so much, man. I appreciate your time. We'll talk to you soon. We'll talk to you after the win, and continued success.
Awesome. We'll be in touch, my dude. Good talking to you.
All right, brother. Later.
Later.
All right, guys. That was it. Steve Mowry on the Fight Bananas podcast. Humongous fight for him. 6-0 versus 4-0. A O is got to go. Stephen Mowry trying to keep his undefeated record intact. And, my Fight Bananas prediction, he will. The man's a complete monster. I love that he's can do everything. On the ground, grapple, in the clinch, stand up. Oh, man. Kid's a complete monster. Cannot wait for him. We'll have him back on the show after his victory. And, guys, just to kind of wrap up, Bellator 231. We weren't joking. It's just a stacked Mir versus Nelson 2. Phil Davis in the co-main event. What Steven said, his teammate, Jason Jackson in the featured bout. Just the card is absolute stacked. Jake Hager on the card. And he's a heavyweight to definitely keep notice. He has that WWE, now AEW fans behind him. He's just a humongous name in Bellator. And to be perfectly honest, I would absolutely love a Steve Mowry versus Jake Hager fight. Spring of 2020. And, the winner fights Bellator. I can see a Mowry versus Bellator, SummerSlam, August. Guys, thank you so much. Everyone follow my main man, Steve Mowry, on Instagram. Thank you, guys. Make sure you subscribe to the Fight Bananas YouTube page. And like always, stay blessed. Have a great day. We'll talk to you during the week.